Hi, I'm Abby, and I'm the Director of SEO here at Snap Agency. In the last video, we talked a little bit about the 3 pillars of SEO, one of which is technical, and that's what we're going to be focusing on today. We want to start with technical SEO because we like to approach it first at the beginning of an SEO strategy, and unlike content and backlinking, the other 2 pillars, you really only need to do it once for it to be effective. There are many components to technical SEO, but the 4 we're going to be talking about today don't take too long to do, but they have a really big impact. We're going to start out by talking about page titles and meta descriptions. For those of you who use WordPress, you'll probably recognize the Yoast SEO plugin. We love this for SEO. It allows you to do a lot of bulk editing, and it has a lot of built-in features that we use in our strategies every single day. The first things we're going to be talking about are page titles and meta descriptions. You probably recognize the traditional Google search result. This is what it looks like when it's complete here. And you have the optimum formula for these titles is page title, optional keyword, followed up by brand name. You have about 55 characters for these elements, and it's important not to go over because Google will cut it off and users won't be able to see the entire page title. Down here, you have meta descriptions. These should contain a UVP, additional relevant keywords, and your brand name. You have a little bit more room to work with these. You have about up to 155 characters. So there's some debate about how useful these 2 elements are for SEO. We love using them for a couple reasons. First of all, it ties your brand name in with these relevant keywords that you want to rank for. But second of all, this is the first thing that people see before they've even entered your website. So it's really important to use these descriptions honestly so that when people do come to your website, they don't feel like they've been misled, but they also have to be enticing enough for people to click on. Now we're going to talk about heading tags. So when you're writing a lot of content, like you should be if you want to rank well, which is something we'll talk about in our next video, you'll want to separate it with heading tags. Not only do they break up all that text really nicely so it's more readable, but they're also really important for SEO. That's because search engines give more importance to text that's wrapped around these heading tags, and you can see how they look when they're laid out. You want these H2s, H3s, and so on to follow as sub-thoughts of your main idea, which is your H1. There should only be one H1 per page. Next, we're going to talk a little bit about alt text and images. So when you have an image you want to add to your website, you want people to be able to find that image in search results. Take this one, for example, that's very relevant with the content we've been talking about. The purpose of alt text is for users who use a screen reader so that they can interpret the contents of an image. That's, again, why it's very important to be honest when you're describing these. You do not want to use alt text as an excuse to boost your brand or associate more keywords with your brand if they don't pertain to that image. The last SEO element we want to cover today is alt text. So hopefully you're adding a lot of images to your web page to make it more valuable for users. Alt text is intended for users who use a screen reader and need help to determine the contents of an image. So take this one for example. It's very important when writing alt text to be honest and descriptive, just like in your page titles and meta descriptions, because remember that these users, if you're using it properly, they can't see the image. However, this is also beneficial for SEO because using this alt text correctly makes images searchable. So when someone types this into their Google search bar, this image should come up. Thank you for watching this video about technical SEO, and if you want to know a little bit more about it, click one of the 2 links below that'll take you to our blog. One post is 10 things you can do right now to help your SEO, and the other is why is technical SEO so important. In the next video, we're going to be talking a little bit about content.